Tampons are great! They let you frolic on the beach in a tiny bikini smiling with your friends. At least that's what the commercials say. In reality, they come with the very serious risk of toxic shock syndrome. Hey guys and gals, Amy with you on D News today, talking about an unfun aspect of already not so fun periods. Menstrual cycles obviously aren't new, and neither are tampons. Ancient Egyptians made disposable tampons from softened papyrus, while ancient Greeks wrapped lint around a small piece of wood. Other cultures over time used wool, paper, vegetable fibers, sponges, grass, and eventually cotton. The modern tampon with an applicator was debuted in the 1930s, but tampon usage in the United States didn't really kick off until the 1970s. An initial trial phase saw the product very well received, and by 1979, tampons were nationally marketed in the country. Almost immediately, the health risks became apparent. Tampons are, interestingly, classified as a medical device because they alter the biological functionality of the body. They are masses of cotton or synthetic material inserted into the vagina to absorb menstrual blood. But problems can come with having something absorbent hanging out inside of you. This is where toxic shock comes in. It's still not perfectly understood, but researchers have some idea of how this rare disease is contracted. Our bodies have tons of bacteria crawling around inside them, and vaginas are no exception. The Staphylococcus bacteria, commonly called staph, is normally and harmlessly present in the vagina. Tampons can give that bacteria a breeding ground and entryway into the bloodstream. It's possible that inserting and removing a tampon can lead to micro tears in the vaginal wall. Once that tampon is in place, it absorbs all fluids, not only menstrual blood, but also the natural lubricant in the vagina, leaving it dry and more likely to these micro tears. And that saturated tampon becomes an incredibly supportive environment for the rapid growth of bacteria. It's possible that this toxic bacteria can enter the bloodstream through those micro tears to go deeper into the body. This can lead to a high fever and low blood pressure that in turn can deprive organs of oxygen to the point that they actually shut down. Toxic shock became headline news in 1980. Of 55 cases of the rare toxic shock syndrome that year, 95% were in menstruating women. The common factor was Procter & Gamble's Rely tampon, a super absorbent one designed to cater to the market demand for a product that could be left in place longer. The subsequent lawsuit ultimately found P&G guilty of negligence and the product was pulled. But tampons are still around, as we know, and though it's an exceedingly rare disease, women are still getting toxic shock syndrome, many victims citing a lack of clear warning on any packaging as the root cause. In 2012, 24-year-old Lauren Wasser lost her leg after toxic shock led to gangrene. But toxic shock isn't limited to menstruating women. Men, children, and non-menstruating women are susceptible to it as well. Tampons just increase the risk. So what can you do to avoid toxic shock? The easiest way is to not use tampons at all, but if you do, switch it up with a pad now and then. Use the lowest absorbency you can get away with, and never leave a tampon in for more than 8 hours. Ladies, does learning more about toxic shock change the way you feel about tampons?